Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Today I'll walk you through my painting process of painting this small acrylic painting on canvas. If you think about all of the paintings I did in the past year, a lot of the times I used a neon pink underpainting, neon pink details, or especially typography in neon pink. And when I started painting this, I initially thought like, maybe I should leave that, it gets repetitive and so on, but in the midst of the painting process, I thought about how important it is to feed your soul, especially if you, just like me, fight against creative blockages or also tend to fall into cycles of just checking things off to-do lists, rushing around and stuff, but life is more than a to-do list, and yeah, so it's important to feed your soul, and I thought it's kind of funny or at least fitting to use those words on a painting with a dog on it. Yeah, but it also made me realize that I have kind of a series going on because, as I said, when you think about all of the paintings I did in the past year, a lot of them have typography on them, so I really like the potentially added level of meaning to my paintings. And in general, I always try to leave enough room for interpretation when it comes to my paintings, because I want my paintings to reflect the viewer what's inside of them. So I always choose those words carefully so that they are not too definitive, so to speak, so that everyone can kind of read into them what is important to them. But with no further ado, I would say, let's get into painting. I decided that I want to paint this dog on a small canvas, and I have also been to the art supply store yesterday to buy a canvas board, but unfortunately they didn't have any canvas board smaller than this one. I wanted it to be probably like half the size. The only thing they had were these small canvases near the size I've been envisioning, and yeah, these are canvases, not canvas boards, or yeah, like wood panels I tend to normally paint on. But it really grew on me. I think I will leave the sides of the canvases in this neon pink. Yesterday I also transferred this drawing onto the canvas so that right now we can start painting. I think the background's done and I won't need any more of this paint. And unfortunately it's a lot of paint. I haven't been too sure about the color shadings and stuff, so I had to mix a lot of paint, but I for sure always try to use up the leftover paint in my sketchbook, even if it's just some kind of intuitive, abstract thing or just putting the paint on paper. And I do actually like those tones, even if I didn't use them in the painting, but I thought they won't be fitting for the overall look I'm going for. So, yeah. So what I essentially did was working my way from the midtones to the darker tones and the highlights. And the highlights are always my favorite part to do. A new aspect for me was trying to avoid black to darken my tones. Instead, I only use darker blues or purples to achieve an even more coherent color scheme and therefore an even more coherent overall look of the painting. If you also struggle a lot with self-doubt, especially as a creative or creative blockages, maybe you want to check out my latest video on the fear of failure and also the fear of success, and how I try to navigate my self-doubt as an artist or as a creative. It was a very vulnerable video for me to put online, but I really wanted to open up the conversation and hope that we won't feel so alone with those feelings. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, maybe you want to see it. I would be really curious to know what you do to feed your soul, so I would be really happy to read it in the comments if you want to share it. And yeah, thank you so much for being here today, for choosing to spend your time with me. Consider subscribing to the channel or liking the video if you want to support my channel. And yeah, I really hope to see you in my next one. Have a nice rest of your day and goodbye.